What we are viewing here is a typical residential construction project, where a drain and concrete contractor is presently involved in the first phase of construction, the installation of exterior drain pipes. This method we see on screen is called pre-service. At this stage, cut sheets are provided detailing accurate grades, and the site surfacing drawings indicate where the services are located. Stakes in the ground indicating the location of the sanitary and storm lines are placed by the site servicing contractor. Therefore, at a depth of 3 meters, we should find the storm and sanitary connections. To the left of the storm and sanitary connections, you will notice the water box. A rotating laser is used to give the contractor the precise grade of the excavation. This is a laser receiver. For this particular job, the contractor has adjusted the laser receiver to 9 feet 2 inches. That is the height of the invert at the underside of the footing as specified in the cut sheets. Once the location of all the services are verified and confirmed, excavation can begin. Extreme caution must be used when excavating because in this area, services such as gas, hydro, telephone, and cable have been installed. To avoid damages, we stop excavating with a backhoe and proceed to hand dig to expose the services. As you can see, the laborer seeks to completely expose the water service so that a 3/4 inch copper pipe can be connected to the curb stop. At this stage, the contractor is bringing the pipe from the lot line connection all the way up to the end of the excavation, which is the underside of the footing invert. The pipe is terminated at this point approximately 24 inches away and 24 inches below the footing to avoid undermining its stability. Once the footing and wall are installed, you will see this scenario. The completed work looks like this. The cap pipe is 24 inches from the footing. Now the excavation is completed. The drain layer is fine grading the slope of the trench. Once the excavation is complete, the drain layer exposes the sanitary and storm connection at the lot line. He is now removing the caps on both the sanitary and storm connections. There are 2 connections exposed. To the right of the screen is the storm connection, which is normally a 5-inch line, but at times can be 6 inches. This is the sanitary connection, which is 4 inches. Now a 5x4 reducing coupling is attached to the storm connection, and that reduces the line going into the house to a 4-inch line. As you can see, installing drain lines is a very physical endeavor that requires various tools and specific skills.
Walter, we're going to try. You got the heating plumbing done? Okay, buddy. We're shooting for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll see what size I have.
That's the very least that they can do.
Now that the storm and sanitary pipe has been laid from the service connections to the building invert wall, approximately 18 inches of 3/4 inch stone bedding is placed over the pipe to protect it from the eventual backfill procedure. The approach to exterior drain installation differs according to the conditions and development of the construction site. Here, much of the construction of this subdivision is completed. Therefore, drain installation differs from the pre-service method. Like pre-service, drain installation begins with excavation. Here, the contractor starts to excavate for the exterior drain. The backhoe has exposed the weeping tile tubing. The backhoe operator has exposed the water box. Again, we need to employ manual labor to clean the excavated area to find the curb stop. We are now exposing the storm and sanitary connections at the lot line. We will install the storm and sanitary pipe leading to the house. We are looking at the storm connection at the lot line. We pick up the storm from this point upstream to the house. Same holds true for the sanitary. What you are seeing here are Y fittings used for cleanout purposes. At this point, they are connecting the weeping towel system to the storm. As in this case, the storm and sanitary services are 20 inches below the underside of the footing. As previously seen, upon completion of the pipe laying process, the contractor will place approximately 18 inches of pipe bedding coverage. Note, many municipal plumbing inspectors will require all piping to be exposed for inspection of proper flow and drain regulations. The second phase in the installation of a drain system for residential is the interior work. We are now seeing the drain contractor installing the inside drain prior to the subfloor. A trench must be dug according to the layout of the drain requirements. For the interior drains, this is dug manually. Proper care must be taken to ensure that the trench has proper grade. As you can see, we have dug a trench which is approximately 9 inches. This is a 3/4 inch copper pipe coming from the lot line, going under the footing and coming into the building. This is a white storm pipe coming from the lot line. At this point, the weeping towel gets connected. The weeping towel comes from the perimeter of the property into the storm and discharged into the storm system. The green pipe is our sanitary line. Again, it comes from the lot line, underside of the footing into the building wall. In this particular case, there is approximately 12 inches depth from the underside of the footing. The pipe can be followed from the outside of the building wall into the house, into the unit itself, with the storm and sanitary line coming underneath the footing, and it is picked up at this point. Since a trench has been excavated to the requisite depth, all the necessary stacks can be accommodated. A pipe will be installed and a stack will come up here and another stack here. There will be a floor drain here. An additional pit hole is excavated to accommodate the P-trap which is used for our floor drain. We are looking at a depth of 11 inches below the 9-inch trench. That's 20 inches below virgin soil. Carrying on, the sanitary line runs along here. where we branch out to another stack which is here, and the other stack which will come out here. It is important that we note the depth of this particular area, 5 inches below the underside of the footing. Now, the drain layer is gluing both sides of the pipe and inserting it into the cleanout Y. He will use a level to ensure the proper slope is provided. Both ends of the pipe must be properly glued in order to ensure proper seal. Our drain layer is installing the lead that will take us to the floor drain and to another lead that will take us to the stack. He is now measuring off the distance to accommodate the P-trap that will be installed for our floor drain. For every 10 feet of pipe that we install, we allow 3/4 inch or more of fall. We can now follow the sanitary pipe as it comes from the outfall of the cleanout to this line, which goes to the floor drain. The main line will continue onward and will branch out to a stack at this point and another stack here at this point. You will notice that all ends are capped to avoid any debris falling into the system. Once again, the concrete and drain contractor schedules the delivery of 3/4 inch stone to cover the newly laid pipe. Manual labor exposes all the newly laid pipe for inspection. After the site has been cleared, leveled, and inspected, a final sweeping of the footings ensures a clean, safe, and workable site is left for successive construction phases.